Hello. Oh, we got Kak Dwi Febrianti. Hi,
Hello
Kak Dwi.
everyone, good evening. Thank you.
Good evening, Kak Dwi. We met at the German one, right? It's nice to see you here, Kak Dwi.
Thanks.
Oh yeah, welcome back, everyone. Thank you for being here. We really appreciate it. Is anyone comes from outside of Jakarta? Is there anyone come from outside of Jakarta? You guys can raise your hands if you do. Okay, what about, I want to say hi to some people before we start. What about Kak Agus Budi? Are you there, Kak Agus Budi? Hello, Kak Agus.
Yeah, hi.
Hello.
Yeah,
How are you,
hello.
Kak Agus?
I'm good today.
Oh, it's nice to see you.
Yeah, nice to see you.
Is this your first time from here?
Yes, it is the first time.
Oh,
Okay.
welcome, first timer. And how did you know us, by the way?
I know about Britzone on Instagram.
Oh, thank you, Instagram.
Okay.
I hope you enjoy tonight's class, ya, Kak Agus.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, so we already got 25 people. Wow. And is there anyone comes from outside of Indo? I think I've heard some.
Hey, how are you today?
Oh, I'm really great, Danny. Thank you for asking. What about you? Hello,
I'm
Danny.
doing good for now.
Okay, nice to hear that.
Now I'm here.
Sorry, what?
I am right here. I'm upstairs
Yeah.
at new home
Yeah, I can
for the
see you.
borrowed home. C2 and C3 number 2.
Yeah, nice clothes there, Fred.
Danke. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Is there anyone comes from outside of Indo here? I would like to say hi. And I think we can say hi to Kak Denis. Hi, Kak Denis. How have you been, Kak?
Been great. How are you?
I'm good too. Are you still in Jayapura, Kak Denis?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Is Omicron okay there? Because in Jakarta it's bad.
Actually, we've got restrictions now, so yeah, we can go out.
Yeah, it's really bad. Because yeah, I came to Jakarta to do some holiday, but it's Omicron, so yeah, can't really do much. So anyway, it's really nice to see you guys here tonight. And maybe a little introduction, yeah. My name is Dina, and I'll be doing the MC for tonight's class, and I hope you guys enjoy. Maybe we can start the announcement, yeah, Karaki. Can you please help me to share the screen for the announcement? Okay. Okay. Can you guys see it? The screen? Yeah, okay.
Yes.
You guys can see it. Okay. Okay. So yeah, welcome back. Our fellow Britzoners. I hope you guys are doing fine. And yeah, reintroduction, yeah. My name is Dina and I'll be the MC for tonight's class, and we get some announcement here. So if you guys haven't already known, Britzone is a free and open platform, which means that every single one of us here, we don't charge people at all, and we're also open for everyone from every country or every region. Even we got some international participants, yeah. And we're also focusing on English education, which you can already tell from us talking in English. And also we're based on volunteerism. So we are all volunteers here that enabling you guys to come to this class tonight. So yeah, next slide, Karaki. And Britzone got a few programs. The first one is Britzone Speaking Academy, which is held every Tuesday, starts at 7. So this is an online class. So if you guys are not in Jakarta, you guys can always join us in Tuesday class, which focuses on public speaking. Next slide, Karaki. And we also got our second program, which is tonight's class, actually, Britzone Betterment Series, which held in Wednesday, starts at 7. This is also an online class. So yeah, you guys are always welcomed here. And we also touches 4 skills in English, which is listening, reading, writing, and speaking. But for tonight, special for tonight, we're gonna talk about something that's more fun. Next one, Karaki. And we also got our Britzone Fun Day, which is our offline class, but I think a few weeks it's been online because of the Omicron. But yeah, you guys can always tune in on our Instagram, follow it to get further detail on when offline class will be held next week. And yeah, Britzone Fun Day focuses on topics that is fun to discuss. And next slide. And yeah, here's our social media. You guys can follow, especially for Instagram because it's our main platform. For those of you who's new in here, like Gus, you can follow us on Instagram. And we also got Clubhouse, also got Facebook and YouTube, which is now the class is streamed on YouTube, so you guys can see yourself on YouTube. And we also got our own website, which is britzone.id. You guys can visit. And yeah, because we are free platform, you guys can always support us through purchasing our merchandises. And we got a t-shirt here and also a notebook, which you guys can purchase it through. Next slide, Karaki. Yes. Through our Britzone merch Instagram account. You guys can see here. So this is brand new merchandise of us. And yeah, hope you guys are excited to support us through purchasing this. Okay, next one. And we also got some sponsor. One of them is Perpustakaan Dikbud, which is Library of the Education and Culture Ministry. If you guys are interested into books and audio and video collections, they got a lot, like 32K of collections. You guys can sign up and visit their Perpustakaan Dikbud Instagram to get further detail. Next slide, Kak. And yeah, we also got our after class traditions, which first taking pictures. So I hope you guys are ready at the end of our class to take pictures with us. And you guys can also give us your feedback through the link here, which will be shared on our WhatsApp group. And yeah, that's it for the announcement. And before we start the class, I would like for you guys to be warmed up a little bit. So we're gonna play a fun game. Hopefully, you guys can participate if you want to. If you're already excited for the game, you may raise your hand now. Wait a minute. Oh wait, wait. I think I misshared screen. Okay, can you guys see my screen? Is it seen? I guess it is, yeah.
Yes, we can see it.
Okay, thank you for the response. So yeah, tonight's game would be Would You Rather, which I assume most of you guys have already known about this game, hopefully. But if you haven't known about this, we're gonna talk about the instruction if the screen has loaded. Okay. So this game is presented to you by our own brave SCBD squad, which is the team behind this class. Would you rather? So the way you play this game is first you're gonna have to raise your hands. So I expect you guys, if you want to play it with me, please raise your hand now. And we'll show you two options. We'll show you two options, and you may choose one. Which one would you rather choose? Okay, and tell us the reason. So that's simple game. Okay. I hope it's all have been clear. I'm sorry, guys. And yeah, let's get started. The first one. So we got Kadiki here. Hi, Kadiki.
Hi, Kadina.
So yeah, would you rather listen to one song for the rest of your life or never be allowed to listen to the same song twice? Which one would you rather, Kak?
Oh, it's a tough. Wait,
Tough one,
I think I would rather listen to one song for the rest of my life.
Why? Why, Kadiki?
Because if I want to listen it for the rest of my life, I think it's really the best song to listen.
Do you already have your own song to hear for the rest of your life?
Actually, I don't have really a favorite song, but if I can choose, maybe it's Yellow from Coldplay.
Ah, nice option. Yeah, I love that
Yeah.
song too. Yeah, it's just like the classic that people always have on their playlist, right? Okay, thank you for
Yeah.
Kadiki for your participation.
Yeah, sure.
And next one we got Kahana Amira. Kahana Amira. Hello,
Hi.
Kak. Hi. How are you, Kak?
I'm feeling good today. Thank you.
Okay. So this is your question.
Okay. I
So,
think.
Kahana, would you rather? Okay.
Okay.
Have no one come to your wedding or your funeral? This is so sad.
It's a hard question, I think.
Yeah.
I think I'd rather have no one come to my wedding, I guess. Because
Why?
I mean, we can just we can have wait, is online wedding count? Does online wedding count? Because yeah.
Okay, so you mean your wedding gonna be online and people are not gonna have to physically attend your wedding?
Yeah. Or maybe if it doesn't count, maybe it's okay if no one comes to my wedding because I still can celebrate it with my family.
Oh.
Not my friends, I guess.
Okay.
It's okay.
But it's a little sad though.
Yeah. But it's better than having no one coming to my funeral because I need the prayers and everything.
Yeah, I know, right? I agree with you. Yeah. Thank you, Kahana, for your answer. That's kind of same with mine, actually. Yeah, thank you for the participation. And we may go to the next one. So we got Kak Sela. Hi, Kak Sela.
Hi.
So this is your question.
Okay.
Would you rather know the date of your death or the cause of your death?
Wow. Why the last question? Last game is so deep. Know the date of your death or cause of your death. Because I don't know about when, like the date of my death. I think the cause of your death. I would rather the cause of your death.
Okay, so what are you gonna do about it?
The reason is because maybe like I have a really urgent illness, like cancer or something like that. So I have the reason to why I have to that, why I will death, something like that. But for the death, I don't know, right? we don't know when will we death. We are not like, what should I say, pramal.
Clairvoyant.
Yeah, clairvoyant.
Yeah, we can't really know about the date. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, do you think you're gonna be a little traumatic about the cancer thing if you know about cancer gonna be your end of life?
Yeah.
You think so? Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah. Thank you for the answer, Kasala.
Yeah.
It's nice to have you in this game. Yeah, we actually got a lot of participants, and I'm gonna choose one last participant for this game. Okay. I think we're gonna have Ka Justitia. Justitia. I'm sorry if I butchered your name.
Okay.
Hello, Kak.
Just call me Tia. As simple as that.
Okay. Okay, Katia. Sorry for the mispronunciation. So this is your question. Would you rather never brush your teeth or never brush your hair again?
Never brush your teeth or never brush your hair again. I would say I would rather to never brush my hair again, because it's like when we talk, we open our mouth, like, right? So I think it's impossible if when we talk we spread our perfume from our mouth. It's like impossible. So I think I rather to choose never brush my hair again.
Yeah, I guess because so you wear hijab, right?
Yeah, wear hijab, and some body part like hair is kind of covered by some things like underwear or hijab or our clothes. So I think it's prefer and never brush my hair.
Yeah. I agree with you with your choice. And yeah, by the way, thank you for participating in this game. And that's for our game tonight. I guess I hope everyone enjoyed. Yeah. So you guys may down raise your hand. I don't know, unraise your hand, and participate in the next week game session. So our class tonight, we're gonna be talking about reading, and which I think it might be interesting for some of us. And yeah, and our conductor tonight, she is an English teacher, an amazing English teacher, and yeah, her speaking is just awesome, and yeah, basically she is awesome at speaking English. And yeah, let's just call her our conductor, Kafira. You may open your cam and turn on your voice. Hi, Kafira.
Hi, everyone. Good evening.
Good evening. How have you been, Kafira?
I've been great. Thank you for asking.
Yeah, I hope our voice not echoing in your device, you guys. Okay, Kafira. Without further ado, I think we can start the session.
All right. Okay. Thank you, Dina, for giving me the chance, and thank you as well for Britzone for giving me the opportunity to be in front of you guys. Okay, this is kind of nerve-wracking, I won't lie, because I used to be like one of you, the attendants or the participants, and yeah, it's okay. It's kind of hard to believe, but okay. So today's topic is about reading. Before we start the what is it the class or the session, do you guys read a lot of books? Or if you do, what kind of books do you read? Okay, I'm curious. Maybe some of you can turn off your mic and just share your experience of reading. Who would like to do that? Maybe raise your hand. Do you guys read a lot of books? And if you do, what kind of books? Okay.
Yeah, I now I am trying to build these reading habits because it yeah, it got benefits for me. So I read many type of books like non-fiction and many novel also, and any type of book that I love to read, I think.
Yeah, I can see that from your bookshelf, Kadiki. All right. Oh, we also have Kak Isal. Okay. Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, hello.
Hi.
I have done to read this. Berani Tidak Disukai from Michiro Kishima. I think like philosophy from Japan. And this is good because we know about like how to manage our emotional and how to we with people interaction like that. There's some like physical, but it's good in this era actually.
Okay, all right. Well, that book looks really good. Thank you, Kaisal, for sharing. How about Kak Hana?
Hi. Yes, I read a lot. It's one of my favorite hobbies. And I actually read pretty diverse genre. I like fiction books, non-fiction books, and graphic novels. And I also like poetry books. And here I bring one of my books that I'm currently reading. It's from Agatha Christie. It's a mystery and thriller book. I love mystery and thriller because the stories are so page-turning and it's very fun to read them for pleasure.
All right. Okay. Wow. So the wide of range is quite diverse. I think everyone has their own preference in reading. All right. So thank you for sharing. Now let's I think let's just start. Okay. Wait. So today's activity is gonna be focused on reading for pleasure, and here I've got two really different kind of books. All right, I intentionally picked two very popular books. So in this one, we've got How to Win Friends and Influence People, A Very Great Book by Dale Carnegie, and the others, To All the Boys I've Loved Before. Now, if you see this a person reading one of this book, which one would you think is in a way cooler or like more impression, gives you more impression? Okay. Which one would you think gives you great impression of a person?
How to Win Friends and Influence People.
Okay, why?
Because it gives the sort of like an impression of they want to influence other people, I think, and they want to they want to make friends, they usually leaders would read this kind of book, I would say. So yeah, it gives me a like a boss vibe kind of way. Yeah.
Oh, okay, like the sort of like ambitious people that want to succeed, to be successful in their life, you mean?
Yeah, kind of, like the go-getter type of person, and usually sales, I think.
All right. Okay. Thank you for sharing. All right. Yes. That is a very common sort of like understanding among people that if you're reading nonfiction genre, it somehow puts you in a higher pedestal than other people who are reading, for example, like romance or other types of fiction book. Okay, and in tonight's session, I would like to share with you that, in my opinion, both fiction or nonfiction, like these two books, one is a self-help book about self-development, one is romance, they are all great in their own way. Okay, all right. So reading novel is as cool as reading encyclopedia. So this is like something that I want to infect other people with, because it's reading novel doesn't mean that you are less intelligent somehow than people who are reading encyclopedia. And a lot of people just keep misunderstood this kind of thing. So there are quite a lot of benefits that you can get through reading for pleasure, reading fiction, reading like a romance book, fantasy. Okay, first is that it helps you to empathize with others. It seems to me that people think that when you are reading a book, it kind of isolates you with the world. It kind of disconnects you in a way, right? So you are unable to like interact with people as well as other people who are more sociable. But actually, the truth is, book helps you to be closer to people around you, just not in a way that you imagine. All right, because let's see here. This is a book that I read when I was, I think, when I was 8 years old. Okay, at the time I was really bored because on TV I remember there was only FTV, at during the day, and I didn't like watching it. So I found this book. This is my auntie's, and I read it, and it kind of the gateway for me to start reading book. It is called Hafalan Satelisa. Are you guys familiar with this book? Have you ever read this before? Yeah.
I watched the movie though.
Oh, you watched the movie. Well, okay.
Yeah, I watched the
That's
movie.
all right. So this book kind of like taught me about like how to survive, about my own faith, okay, about how disaster really wrecked people, and it can change everything about you. So this book tells us about a girl named Delisa, and she is a survivor of tsunami back then in, I think, 2004. And she lost her mother and two siblings, and also she had to amputate her limb. But even after going through so much, she is still being a very lovely child, and it sort of inspires you and gives you like more reason to empathize with other, like what sorts of journey that they are going through. You might not know it, but reading books allows you to put yourself in someone else's shoes. So I think this is a very great way for you to connect with others through reading books. And then precious life lesson. So reading doesn't necessarily mean that even though you are reading something that is unreal, it doesn't mean that you cannot take any knowledge or information from it. You can also learn something new, okay, from the character's experience and the journey that they go through. Okay, for example, this is an excerpt of one of my favorite books. Have you guys heard of The Name of the Wind book? It's a fantasy book. Are you guys familiar with it? No? All right. So, no, okay. Now, this book, actually, it is about like fantasy, and it's about sort of like magic and science as well. And from this excerpt, it teaches me that like there are stages of getting through a problem. Okay, so whenever I am having, whenever I am having a low moment in my life, I read this book, and then it reminds me that no matter how hard the problem that I'm dealing with, it's gonna be over. Like there are stages to it. Okay, so and this book tells it to the reader in a very, I think, in a very quirky way. So through the author described the stage as door. So there are 4 kind of doors. The first is sleep, the second is forgetting, the third is madness, and the last one is death. Okay. And the last one is, I think you guys are all aware of this. It helps with our language learning. And you see, book is an art. And the way the author writes the sentence, build the character, like setting up the mood, it is all like sort of art. Okay, so just as beautiful as painting or like a craft, I would say. And oh, sorry. Okay, take a look at this. This is also another excerpt from my childhood book, Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secret. If you read this book, and if you don't read a lot of books, when you read this kind of story, you might find yourself like struggling to understand, because there are a lot of words that you don't understand, and there are sort of like idiom and wordplay that the author put into the book. So when the more you read, the more you are enabling yourself to learn, to expand your knowledge, and maybe learn some cultures here and there. And also, like if you read a lot of books, it will also teaches your mind to imagine more. Okay, compared to let's say watching movie. I don't mean that watching movie is not fun. I love watching movie, but when you are reading book, it just like forces your mind to imagine the situation. So it is more interactive. And then the last one is, this is my personal experience, how I learned English through reading. And first, it's boost up your vocabularies. You will know words that are not usually spoken in English. So in written literature, there are a lot more words that people just don't use in daily life. And if you don't like to read, you just kind of isolate yourself from the exposure of those words. Okay, and it gives context to the language. You'll never learn a word without knowing how to use it, a grammar rule without a real life example. So it, for example, like if you read a dictionary, you try to memorize the words, you will just forget about it in no time, because there is no context to it. And in Indonesia, because we don't speak English to each other in daily life, it limits our opportunity to practice it. So when you're reading, it gives you an alternative way to practice it. Okay, so it gives you context to the language. And then level up without limit. If you want to like go to another level to increase your English, to improve your language, grammar, and vocabularies, my word of advice is not to be ambitious. Like try not to read Shakespeare or like Tolkien in the first in the first try. Try start slow. Like from reading comic books or maybe Harry Potter would be a very great way to start. Okay, I think that would be all from me. Thank you.
Wow, thanks a lot, Kamira. And yeah, I agree with what you've said because I've been experiencing myself how through reading we can like really improve our foreign language skill. And so guys, wait a minute. Okay, so thank you so much, Kafira, for the material. That was really insightful, and I hope it does too to our audiences as well. And then next session, you guys gonna be the author of a book. So yeah, you guys are not expected to read. Instead, you guys expected to author a book. Isn't it interesting? So we have assigned you guys into several rooms, which in it you guys can discuss. You guys can create your own story, basically, which will be further detailed by our amazing facilitators. And so, Karaki, are we ready to assign them all to the groups?
All right. Hello, everyone. This is Saki speaking. On the FGD room, you will have 25 minutes to discuss and become the author for tonight. Awesome facilitators tonight. And I will invite you into the room. So enjoy your FGD.
Yay. See you guys again later, yeah. Hello, Kafira. So I guess we can say hello to the YouTube audiences, ya Karaki.
Yes.
Hello, those of you in YouTube. If you guys want to know more about our classes to attend the FGD, you guys can always follow our Instagram for further detail. And yeah, Karaki, have you read anything this earlier?
All right. Wait, I will open my camera. So hello. Right now I just read a book. It's called the title is Go Offline. Menemukan. Wait, the book here. Menemukan jati diri di dunia penuh distraksi. The author is Desi Anwar. As you know, Desi Anwar is the legend in a journalist area. And yeah, I just read about how to be mindful and so on, and how maybe after I read this book, maybe I will take some social media detox, because yeah, the title is Going Offline. So the books is talk about how to be present in the real life, not in the social media life.
Yeah,
that's it.
yeah, it's always interesting, I guess, because like my thesis is actually talking about this as well. Like
Mhm.
I dig more about how students keep checking on their phone, like every 5 minutes in the class when they're bored. Yeah, that's a problem too in school.
Yes.
And yeah, and some people say that the younger generation, like they have this automatic behavior. Even though they don't have anything with their phone, they always have to check their phone. And then the minute they are in their phone, they just realize that they got distracted.
Yes.
And yeah, I think that's sad. So we
How
actually
about
got,
you, Dina?
I think for me, I read book to seek entertainment. So I
Why?
only read fantasies. The last one that I read, I think it was last week. It was about about a prince that bully its subject. I think it's really stereotypical of a fantasy. And I think the interesting thing about a fiction book, like I've read, right, like a self-developmental book, like I've tried, because like people are doing that, you too as well. And I've tried to read one in my own interest about self-development, but it doesn't work for me. I don't know why. Because like Karaki, whenever I'm reading like a new book and it's really fun, my screen time would be just like 16 hours a day. Isn't it crazy, Kak?
Yes.
Like 16 hours.
That's why right now I set the timer on my sosmed when the time is already 1 hour. Okay, I should go away from social media or maybe from my phone.
Okay. Okay, but like I did that to my YouTube as well because I'm addicted to YouTube whenever I don't have books or movies to watch. But I ended up like because I'm annoyed with how the notification would just come every hours. So I just ended up prolong the the duration into 23 hours. So yeah, it doesn't really work for me, I guess. So yeah, kind of sad though. So we actually got Latifah. Hello Latifah, are you there?
It's actually called Blurb. I don't.
What about Kafani? I think they are not here, yeah.
Hey, I'm sorry. I think I am involved in so it's guys.
We got our conductor here. Hello, Kafira.
Hi, hi.
Okay, so we did some misunderstanding, yeah? Yeah. So I totally agree with you. Like you said, reading a book can improve your foreign language skill. Yeah, I agree with that.
Oh, is that how you learn language, English language, Kak Dina?
Yeah. Funny enough, though, you're the one who told me to read fan fiction in English. Yeah. Yeah, I really enjoy it. Because like there will be always like a level of book that you can't really read like instantly, right? Is there any book that's like that in your shelves or app
that I keep going back to?
that you can't really understand it like instantly?
I would say like the classics.
Okay, so in your level, it's classic. Okay, what kind of book is that?
So, I'm a really big fan of Shakespeare's work, but it is definitely hard to understand even just one passage of his writing, because not only he's talking in a way that like the I think 70s or 80s people used to speak, but he is also very infamous for just inventing words whenever he wants to. So like you would just usually find new words in his writing, and you would have to go to dictionary to check on it. And yeah, that's a huge source of headache.
So he got access to create a new word.
He just does what he wants to do, because back then he was sort of like legend, and like the aristocrats would come to his play, and yeah, I think that just made him like a boss.
I see. He basically on the English language, yeah.
If you put it that way.
Okay, like I remember, like I came across a Shakespeare line. Like I don't even know what thy means. Do you know what
Exactly, you know what I'm talking about. And so whenever I'm reading Shakespeare's work, I instantly feel amazed whenever I think of like literature students, because they have to like go through this kind of thing on almost like daily basis. It's one of the requirements for their study, and reading it for fun is one thing, but when you're forced to read something that kind of thing, it's another thing altogether. So
I guess it's hard here. Aside from the language itself, does Shakespeare's book has like a unexpected context, because like he lives like in a different generation from us, right?
Oh, always. I think Shakespeare like invented a lot of like new plots, like a lot of twists that at the time was unheard of. And yeah, he basically, I think, invented a new genre that nobody else ever did before. That's why he's a legend even until now.
Okay.
You should try reading that sometime.
I think I'll go ahead, Dick. For sure.
It's a good kind of pain, because after trying really hard, and then if you are able to understand it in the end, you'll feel that sense of accomplishment that you wouldn't get from reading just a regular book.
Yeah, I totally get your point, but like I think for Shakespeare, I'll be just like Paramex and then Shakespeare and then Paramex Shakespeare and then dictionary. That kind of thing that I'd be.
It's okay, I will just force you then.
Okay, so what about that one? The name of the wind. You said that's one of your favorites.
Definitely.
Yeah, what is it? What makes it stands out amongst other fictions or fantasies that you read?
First is the author himself, Patrick Rothfuss. So he really has a way with words, and even though he doesn't necessarily like choose difficult words that is very hard to understand, but the way he writes is just amazing. Like you can tell by the first passage that he's not an ordinary author. The way he writes is like very beautiful, sort of like prose to me. but still able to convey like the meaning of the plot. Like, you know, in some authors, you would find that the authors would just focus on like how beautiful the language is rather than focusing on the plot. But he manages to do that at the same time, and I think that's amazing. And also the intrigue that he put in the book. So the main character is like a super genius. He has like photographic memory and uncanny ability to, you know, to like solve puzzles and mysteries. But he is like, he has a lot of tragic moments in his life, and that sort of you know, for created him into the person that is very different from the way he used to be. And even though he's super genius, he is also super dumb. So, you know, it gives the character like a touch of humanity. You know, sometimes in other books, some of the characters are just too perfect that you would find it hard to be able to relate to them. But all of the characters in Patrick Rothfuss's book, The Name of the Wind, are just impeccable.
Okay, I might try to check that out. So, okay. Do you have any other books that you're interested or like that you hate? Or what kind of books that really pisses you off?
That pisses me off is when the author decides not to continue it, like for so many years. Like, yeah, some books are infamous, you know, for being legendary, but you know, it's not finished yet, so it just leaves you at the edge. And you know, you cannot really like go to the the author's Twitter and then rant about it, because it's their privilege, you know, whenever what they want to write and when they want to finish it. But yeah, it's very painful whenever you are like being very involved in this story, and then you're just stuck because the next book hasn't come up yet for like 5 or 7 years. So yeah.
Yeah, and this happens to real life too, I guess. What you love the most hurts you more when they do that.
Ooh, that's very deep.
Okay, that's one line for me.
All right. Okay. What about you, Kak Dina? Do you read a lot of books?
Not much, but I enjoy one if I find a good one. But I don't know if it's just me or not, but sometimes like a little thing about a book just pisses me off to the point where I just cannot continue the book, even though some aspects of that book is good. I don't know if I'm being picky. Is it happen to you too, Kafira?
Like just small things in the book that, you know, it turns you off. Yeah. Sometimes. Yeah, especially whenever you were buying like physical books, because that can be quite pricey, right? And then it just disappoints you, and you're like, but I have like waited for this book for so long. But yeah, so but just remember, I think that author is also a human. They can make mistakes too, and there are a lot of authors who like develop and, you know, develop their writing. So you might want to check on the same author in maybe in a few years time and see what they have improved.
Okay. Yeah, I've never really think about that perspective. What about the like, I've never really read Twilight, right? Even though it's so famous and it's fantasy. But like they keep memeing on how Kristen Stewart like really do a bad job at her any character. Does that have something to do with the book? That's my question.
So I think, we cannot really compare books with movies because they involve very different type of approach, and they have a lot of limitations for themselves as well. Like in movies, you would just have like 90 minutes at most, to 90 to 120 at most, to like go from start to finish. But in books, it's just endless. But on the other hand, in movie, you would be able to show the sort of expression that you can do through books. I would say that for the target audience, Kristen Stewart did a great job. But for someone who has more objective mind, who watched the movie might have different opinion. So it really depends on like which perspective do you want to put yourself into.
So it's not the same, like the people that says that Kristen Stewart does a really bad acting, they're not coming from the book population of people.
Yeah, I would say because people who have read the books, they already have like background information of what it's gonna be. So it kind of take the surprise a bit and spoils the movie as well. I mean, it's unavoidable, but yeah, I think it really depends on how much big of a fan you are of the Twilight. What do you say? World
series.
Yeah.
Alright.
Yes, I actually watched it when I was in my teenage years, and I remember like liking it very much. And
The
then
movie?
cut to the movie, and then cut to like 5 years after that, and I watched the movie again by chance because it was being shown on TV, right? And I was like, how could I like this? But I also noticed that it probably has it probably because my preference, my taste has changed. So that's why I told you, if teenager watch the movie, they will really appreciate the kind of hard work that the production team and the actor and actors put into. So
I see. I get the point. Okay. Yeah. I think from all of the activities that can engage me, book the one who's doing their best job. It's like when you're reading like on your phone, right? Like you can track your screen time. And then whenever there's like a good book, like I always ended up 16 hours in front of my phone without really getting tired of it. Because like when you are tired of YouTube or TikTok, like your brain is tired, right? Like with books, you
can
don't get tired.
Yeah, you can feel like even after just like 3 or 4 hours, you can feel that sort of numbness on your brain, and like you cannot really do anything anymore. But it's a different story with reading book, because even though your brain is tired, it's a different kind of tired that makes you excited. It gives you some sort of adrenaline, especially if it's a good book. So I mean, not gonna lie, I am also really, I mean, also it's also hard for me to stop opening YouTube or like short videos these days. But yeah, I hope that other people would realize just how much you can get from reading a book, compared to like this new kind of entertainment that is really popular these days.
Yeah, I agree. Totally agree. And have you ever tried to read like a self-development book like Atomic Habit? I guess that's really popular.
I don't know. Maybe it differs from people to people, but I find it really hard to focus myself whenever I'm reading a self-help book, because you see, the thing is with self-help book, even reading just one chapter, it you already get like a lot of new knowledge, right? And so I'm a sort of person that want to like practice the information that I get, like the tips that I get right away. So it's really hard for me to finish like the full entirety of a self-help book. I would just like go through some of the points, maybe look at the index and yeah, highlight some things. But I wouldn't, for example, I wouldn't like read it again if I think that I have already remember what's inside it.
Yeah. The last time that I tried to read self-development book, I think it was like 2 years ago. unless if it's like a I don't know, I guess it's different, yeah. Like I consider like our Quran as a self-help book. But yeah, I guess it's different in our brain. It's placed differently. I guess it's whole year. You can't be bored about it.
It is a self-help book, but I think most of the verses in Quran are like telling a story. So you wouldn't be wrong if you call it storybook.
Yeah. Hi, Kavani. We got Kavani here.
Hello, Vira and Dina. Sorry, just joined.
It's okay, Kak.
Okay.
Yeah, we're just chilling.
So yeah, Alhamdulillah, all the participant is increased, highly increased, right? Yeah, it's surprisingly, and yeah, I think they all enjoy guessing the book, yeah, in the breakout room. By the way, thank you so much, yeah, Kak Vira.
No worries.
Okay, so yeah, yeah, I just heard a little about you and Dina talk about the Quran, yeah. Yeah. I think
that's book, right?
The Quran is a magic book, I guess. I guess, right? This because it can smooth our heart, our soul, right?
Yeah.
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 Hmm.
Yeah. Welcome back, guys.
Oh, are they already back? Oh yeah.
Yeah, they are.
They're already back. How
Hi,
was
everyone.
Hello, Karama. How was your discussion?
Oh my God. I'm afraid that I have to turn off my camera for this one because in my breakout room, I got freeze. I got frozen because of the internet issue. So but we have discussed many stuff actually. Shout out to Kak Vira. Thank you so much for the materials. It was quite intriguing.
Yeah. That's gonna be interesting though if some of you are like comes from, I don't know. I know a few people do like writing fan fiction. Like I think that'd be fun for those of you who writes as well. And yeah, welcome back, guys. I hope you guys have a great time doing the discussion. We don't know, maybe from this FGD there will be like #1 Jakarta best-selling books. I don't know, yeah, guys. Maybe some of you can write, can be inspired by your guys' ideas. So yeah, does everyone has already back? Yeah, I guess we do already back here. Yeah. So yeah, we're done with FGD, and I hope you guys were doing really great to pour out some creativity, plot, and just like stories from your brain. And for now, it's time to share about the story that you guys have made. And yeah, maybe we can start directly from Kak Diga. Hi, Kak Diga.
Hello, Kak Dian.
How was the discussion?
it's really fun and interesting. We have really like a creative people there. So yeah, in my group there are Kak Dian, Kak Dwi, Kak Tegar, and Kak Diki, and Kak Dela. So the one who want to present our books is Kak Dwi. Hello, Kak Dwi.
Kak Dwi, are you there?
Hello. Oh my God, I'm nervous.
It's okay,
My hand's sweating.
Okay, Kak Dwi.
Okay, right. I think I don't want to waste our time, yeah. Okay, thank you so much, Kak Dega, for the challenge, and especially thank you very much for Kak Dian, who has this idea of the title, and Kak Tegar, who has the kingdom inside the book, and Kak Diki and Dela and me, who helps to create this book together. Okay, so we got the title of the book is Speaking with Universe. Okay, so the story is about the man who traveling around the world to try finding the purpose of life by looking around himself, by looking at to surrounding like maybe the nature first, and he analyzed about what is happening with the nature, what is happening with the universe itself, and also he's alone in that island. We have no detail about why he has to stay there in that island, and then he has no friend to talk to, and so that was why he started to speak with the universe. And there is a big a big footprint in that cover actually, and he started to wonder again about what is happening, about why is the footprint was there, and he tries to find out. He tries to explore the island first, still by asking or speaking with the universe, with himself especially. And then at the end, the fact that he find that footprint is the footprint of the knights of the island, who has the king named Tegar actually. And what maybe I would like to conclude that this is my own idea actually. I hope that my friends inside the group will agree with me, with Kak Tegar, Kak Dian, Kak Diga, Kak Diki, and Kak Dila. And the end of the speaking with universe is the universe is not only him, but also he tries to find the meaning of life by speaking with the creator, the nature, and the people, because we believe no place is empty at all. I think that's all. Thank you.
Wow, I'm amazed. I thought it's only gonna be a few chapters and then something hanging left, but it turns out to be like one full book, yeah. And that's really deep as well. Yeah, what was the title again, Kak Dwi?
Speaking with Universe.
Okay. Kavira, what do you think about this Speaking of the Universe book?
I think it's a very amazing book, and it's very deep as well. Like I would say that a lot of people would find inspiration if this book really comes to life. Okay. Oh, and so actually, I think the book that you guys are giving synopsis is the one like old man, right? An old man and then the sea, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Actually, that is really close to the true true plot of the book. It's actually called Robinson's Crusoe. So it's about a story of a man who preferred to, he wants to go on an adventure, and then he got shipwrecked and casted away in an uninhabited island for 28 years. So he learned like to survive on his own, like build everything by himself, and then provide for himself. And yeah, in the end, he really like sort of like communicate with his God. So you guys come really close to it. Great job.
Wow, are you guys like a paranormal or what? How guys? It's just like a pig, and then you guys can make a plot, and then it turns out to be right.
I'm sorry, I thought I was exaggerating.
No, you were in the right track, as Kak Fira said. Amazing, guys. Thank you for the interesting story. And then the next group, I think Kak Dewi. How was the discussion?
Okay,
Kak
thank
Dewi?
you. Yeah, thank you, Dina, for the chance. Okay, so in my group, we have Kak Rosman, Gusti, Rama, and Latifa. So we pick one title, and each of us guessing what the title is and the summary why they are choose the title. So maybe Kak Rosman can present about the title that you choose, the book that you choose, Kak Rosman.
Hello, Kak Rosman. We can't really hear you actually.
Okay, but okay,
It's
okay.
unplugged.
Yeah, I have the controller here. Okay, okay. So actually, I haven't write the story yet. So is it okay? We only guessing the picture, the cover. So I picked the book cover with two hands holding an apple, and then the surrounding of around that apple is black. It's gray, like gray, black, something like that, and then only the apple has the color of red. So I name it, I title it for like this, the forbidden fruit, and then I say to Miss Dewi, it's comedy genre, and then I haven't write the story. I have no idea actually, but I still think about it. It's kind of hard to write a story, right?
Yeah, especially if you just have like one picture of reference.
Yeah.
Maybe about the reason why Kak Rosman
The
choose
reason,
the
yeah.
title.
Oh, the forbidden fruit. Maybe I want to change the history of of our religion book. There were Adam and Eve, and then oh no, there was Adam on heaven, and then God say, "Don't eat apple, Adam, or I will send you to earth." And then but Adam insists to eat the apple, and then Adam go down to the earth, but finally Adam found a couple. It's rhyming, right? Apple and couple. That's
Okay,
the
okay, I
comedy.
get it.
Okay.
So that's God's hands.
Yeah.
Okay.
Very good, very good.
Thank you.
All right, really great job, Kak Rosman and other members as well in the group. Okay, so forbidden fruit. What it's yeah, it's a one way to look at the picture, and yeah, it does look like where it is a book about something forbidden from the like the shades, like the dark shade of the book, and like the sort of contrast you would have with the hand, which is like fair. Okay, so it is about forbidden, but it's not comedy. It's actually forbidden romance. Maybe you are familiar with Twilight, Kak. All right, yeah, it's actually Twilight, Kak Rosman. Are you familiar with it? You're muted, Kak.
Yeah, I'm familiar with it, but I'm not really watching it. It's only like in a short duration. I don't really like vampire movies. So.
Oh, okay, but that's quite a one way to look at it, and it can be telling us about a comedy. It's really hard. That's why we're told not to judge a book by its cover.
Yeah, right.
Okay, thank you, Karosman.
Thank you, thank you.
Okay, so we're kind of like outside of the rules, yeah. Okay, next one, I think we got Kak Ezra. Halo, Kak Ezra. Halo Kak Ezra.
Hello. Okay.
Okay.
So so my group was consists of Mr. Yayan, Rana, Bobby, Justitia, and Fanny and Marcel. Okay, so we did have an interesting stories. Yeah, the members have created many interesting stories, such as uh, a journey of a girl who escaped to the wood, and then the girl who show who spent all of her early early salary, and then a boy who went to an Islamic boarding school because he was inspired by a novel. And for the representative for my group is Fanny. Hello, Fanny. Are you there?
There. Yeah, I'm there.
Okay.
I'm here.
Okay, thank you. Fanny, time is yours.
Okay. Hello everyone. Okay, this group have different stories and interesting stories. I choose the cover with the tiger on it. Is it okay? I call this book. Actually, I know this film, so this story is quite similar with the film. The title is a boy and a small boy and a big tiger. This is a story about a boy who lived in a small village. He and his family want to have a better life, and he and his family try to go to another country that far away from his village. Going there with a big boat, but in their way, the boat has a big crash that make everyone going into places, and finally the boy alone and afraid and didn't see any of his relative or his parents. And then in the middle of the sea, he tried to saving his life alone, and try to swim. And then not too far away from him, he saw a tiger come from nowhere, try to save his life too. And because he see the tiger, he feel that he is not alone. And then he saw a little boat, and then try to swim to that boat and jump into that boat. Then the tiger come near him, and then he get confused. Do I have to save this tiger, this big tiger? But he afraid he will die because the tiger will eat him. But he think that these tigers makes me want to save my life and want to swim better because he feels he's not alone. So the story will be going about the journey that the boy decide. Did he has to take the tiger with him or not? And then it's gonna be the story about how the boy tried to save his life day by day, try to save the tiger or not. That's it. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Kavani. What what an uncanny view of this cover, because that's all very correct. So yeah, just like what Kak Fani said, so this tiger sort of symbolizes like problems in our life, and even though you might see it as a threat, you might see it as something that you have to get rid of. In a way, it really helps you to survive, because like this little Indian boy, without the presence of the tiger, he might just give up with life, because I think he's stranded for like 3 years. So in a way, the existence of problem really helps us to get from day to day.
Wow. So basically, I thought we were sponsored by Audible, because we're literally listening to the book. Okay, but that was yeah, I think that's also amazing book and movie too, even though I haven't read the book. Okay, because we got so limited time, I think we can make it really quick, yeah, guys. We can do it really quick to fasten more our story plot, especially for Kahani's group. Hi, Kahani. Are you
Hello.
there?
Yes, I'm here. So actually, me and my teammates, we were having such a funny conversation previously. Like, I chose the same cover too. Like in the end, the boy married the tiger, honestly, but we changed the plot of the story. Okay, so our representative is Dennis. Are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Okay, thank you. So I'm going to tell a plot or a story. So in the morning, a boy who lives in the village has a pet, and it's a tiger. Village people live very happily. They like to talk and laugh together. However, at a time, there are some people who want to kill the people in the village, and all the people there died, except but the boy is still alive. The boy and the tiger, which is the pet, they ran away, and they saw some ocean. They couldn't cross the oceans because they had no a boat. The boy saw a boat, and then they were on the boat. So the boy and the tiger were crossing the oceans. They go anywhere to find a safe place to live. But on the ocean, they have to struggle. So they have to survive to eat and to drink. One day, the boat is sinking, and they have to choose either the tiger or the boy. Eventually, the boy sacrificed himself for the tiger, and the tiger is still alive, and the boy died. Thank you.
Tragic.
All right, okay. Oh, very great view of a book. So it really shows that when we're looking at something, it really depends on what kind of lenses that we're looking through, right? So very great representation for that. Thank you, Kak Atia and the other groups.
And yeah, next one would be Kak Rama's group. Halo Kak Rama.
Hi. Okay, I'm sorry I cannot open my camera because my connection is very bad.
Yeah, Kak Rama,
So,
maybe we can do a little bit quickly, ya Kak Rama.
oh yeah, sure. So, in my group we have Kak Dika, Kak Grace, Kak Sarah, and Kak Ian, as well as Kak Agus. And we actually didn't discuss one particular cover. I'm so sorry, but we discussed actually all of the covers, and we made short imaginations, about all of the covers. I'm so sorry, but we have Kak Dika who is going to represent our group. Kak Dika, are you there? Kak Dika.
Halo Kak Dika.
Hello.
Hi, Kak Dika.
Sorry, I went to the bathroom. So yeah,
Welcome back.
thanks. Let me on. Okay, sure. Hello.
Yeah, Radhika, you may tell us about maybe the most interesting plot from your perspective.
Most interesting plot. I just made a short story about I think the second cover, the lady in a red dress. Yeah, oh, it's black dress. Yeah. So yeah, I just made this story out of I just wing it. So basically she's like an innocent girl from this rural village, and one day this I think there's the guy wearing the black hoodie. He attacked her village, and she suddenly gained power to she finally becomes a witch. That's it. I'm so sorry. I just wing this. We didn't really discuss anything. We just discussed
we didn't discuss
book cover.
Truly.
So yeah, I just wing it. Yeah,
Thank you, Kak Dika.
Top of my head. Yeah. Sure,
that's a great improv. Because it's actually Safira may give her back.
All right. Okay. So that's actually that is really close to the truth. I mean, to the real plot of the book. So you guys did a great job. It's about magic, about witch. Okay. So all right, very great job, Kak Andika and other members of the breakout rooms as well. Okay. So I think that
yeah, I think we can go to the last group, which is Kak Sophia. Hello, Kak Sophia. Hello.
Hello, Kak. Hello, I'm here.
Hi, how was the discussion, Kak?
Yes, my internet connection is unstable, so yeah, so sometimes I turn off my cam, but I hope it's going to be fine. Okay, so in my group, there's 6 people, 6 creative people and imaginative. So yeah, their story really keeps my mind active because of their thoughts. Okay, so they are Kak Jafria, Kak Sela, Kak Hana, Kak Isal, Kak Dini, and Kak Pupu. And our representative for this evening is Kak Jafria. The screen is yours, Kak Jafria.
Thank you, Sophia. So we in FGD session, our group discussed 2 novels. The first one is the Twilight. So if I have a chance to retitle this novel, I would go for Adam's Apple. The novel itself will talk about how the universe started, but not from Big Bang context, but it's about it started with this storyline when Adams get expelled from heaven. The second one is Life of P. Confession of Sofaholic. If I have a chance to retitle this novel, I would go for the deadly cost of fashion. So it comes to my mind because I love to watch New York Times documentary film called called the Cost of Deadly Fashion. It's about La Pena Plaza that hancur karena gempa. So from that movie, from that documentary, I acknowledge that our fashion industry is really bad to our environment. That will be all.
All right. Okay. Wow. Thank you, Kak Jafriel, for the like for sharing the story. So that was really great, and I really appreciate the way that you guys like see something and then interpret it in a totally different way, but somehow it still works. Right, like the toilet becomes Adam's apple. It becomes really deep, and this light romance novel becomes something that is very insightful and sort of life changing in a way. So that's really great. Thank you.
Wow, thank you everyone. Wow. I feel like I was like playing Audible basically. And yeah, that was all amazing stories, guys, that you made up just like by the cover of a book. And the next session would be a Q&A session. So if you guys have any question for our conductor, Kak Shafira, you guys can raise your hand. Okay, we got one question. Yeah, Kahana, you may turn on your voice.
Hi, Kak Shafira. I want to ask you, what's your all-time favorite book, and can you recommend me 3 of your favorite books to me? Thank you.
Okay, 3 of my favorite books. I would say the first one is Harry Potter, especially for those of you who are still, struggling to read the book and you want to read a book, but it is very hard because of, the influence of other medias like YouTube and videos and TV. So yeah, Harry Potter is a great way to start. And the second book is actually Confession of a Soapaholic. So that's also one of my favorite books because it's very light, something that you can just bring on a train with you or on a bus, and then you read on the way. Something that can cheer you up anytime you need it. And my most favorite book would be The Name of the Wind. And because it is a very great literary work, the language is beautiful, just like prose, and the intrigue, the twists and turns of the story are really captivate. Are really sort of like makes you really being involved in the story.
Thank you for answering my question.
Yeah, you're welcome, Ahana.
Wow. So The Name of the Wind, Confession of Soapaholic, and Harry Potter. That's a great recommendation. Thank you, Kafira. And we also got our second question from Kak Rana. Hi, Kak Rana.
Hello, everyone. Good evening. Hello, Kak Shafira. I have a question. Have you ever experienced a book hangover after you read such good books? And what do you do to overcome the book hangover?
So I assuming that book hangover is like when you finish reading a book and you just feel frustrated because it just ends. Is that what you mean?
Yeah, like more like when we finish a book but we cannot move on to reading the next book because we still like thinking about that book.
Okay. The first thing I would do is to check the author's Wikipedia page and see what else that they have written. Because every author has their own way of writing. So if you like a book, you might find yourself liking other books as well. And if that doesn't work, I would just find a similar book of that genre, of that like plot. Okay, because yeah, I experience that really often, and it is something that I wouldn't wish happen to anyone. So.
Thank you, Kak Shafira, for your answer.
Interesting question, yeah. I just heard about that term, book hangover. And yeah, that sucks, I think. It's like, if you're on that level, like you don't know how to come back to your used to level. And the last question would be from Kak Fasil, Atia. Hi, Kak Fasil, Atia.
Hello, you can call me Honey. Okay, so good evening all. I would like to tell my story first because before I ask a question. So I tried to join one of the community in my campus. It is kind of social politic community. So I tried to force myself to read many books of social politic genre, kind of bukunya KPK, and then buku-buku ya kind of politik lah, democracy, something like that. But it's kind of difficult for me to force myself to read those books because sejak kecil I read like fantasy and like fiction books. So my question is, can we force ourselves to read various genre, even though we had that kind of genre? Okay, thank you.
Alright, very good question, Kak Hani. So yeah, well, technically you can force yourself to do that, but at the end of the day, I wouldn't call that a very effective method, because in the your brain would just throw up, and you wouldn't remember like what you just read. Like you read a page 1 minute, and then when you turn another page, you would just forget about it. So with books, it's all about subtle action actually. So if you find yourself in some kind of a need to read a more serious genre of book, just start small. Maybe find something in between, like sort of like about social politic, but also being written in a way that it like just like a story, maybe someone's biography. Okay, so it's so it can be like your gateway. Like it can be a good transition for you to go into more professional and serious books.
Thank you, Kak Safira and Kak
Okay,
Hani
thank you for the answer.
For the question and answer. Okay, the last question would be from Kasara. Let's go, Kasara.
Okay, so I'm going to just be quick. I'm actually more of a film person rather than books, but recently I've tried to grow my desire to read again, but I would much prefer to read books in English rather than Indonesian. And I was just wondering if you know any brick and mortar bookstore that actually sell imported books, because the last time I visited Gramedia, there were only a few books, and yeah, they didn't really interest me. So do you have any, or do you know any brick and mortar bookstore that actually sells imported books? Thank you.
All right. Thank you for the question. So I know yeah, it's really hard to find imported books, especially good imported books. But you can try maybe from bookstores such as Books and Beyond, Periplus, or thank you, Kak Andika, like Kinokuniya as well. And if you want to try trying online bookstore, that would be I think that would be a great way to start, especially at a times like this. And you just find yourself with a lot more options and with a lot more genres in online bookstore as well. But yeah, just give it a go and try like Kinokuniya and Books and Beyond. All right.
Okay, yeah, I hope that answers Kak Sarah's question, yeah. So guys, we've come to the end of our class tonight. Thank you for your guys' creativity and all of the things that you've done that is out of this world, basically. And the next session, the last session, would be photo session. So I expect you guys to turn on your cam and show me a beautiful and handsome faces. Okay, that's nice. Okay, Karaki, let's take a picture.
All right, before I take the picture, I would like to invite all of you guys to open your camera because we want to see your beautiful and handsome face and make it forever on our Instagram. All right, are you ready? Please stop the chat for a while. We'll take a picture together, the virtual photo. I will count in 1, 2, and 3. Cheers. All right, wait a moment. Wait a moment. The second slide. Are you guys ready? The second slides, gang. All right. Give your best pose in 1, 2, and 3. Cheers. Once again, 1, 2, and 3. All right. It's a wrap. Thank you so much to all my fellow Britzoners. See you on Saturday. Give it back the control to the MC again.
Yeah, thank you, Karaki, for taking the picture. So yeah,
Thank you,
see you
everyone.
guys.
Thank you, Kak Safira. Thank you,
Thank you,
Britzone.
everyone.
Everyone.
Thank you,
Thank you all.
Coming,
Kak
everyone.
Safira.
Thank you,
Thank you,
guys.
Britzone. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Britzone. Bye-bye now.
Bye.
I'll see you. We will continue for the Saturday.
Yeah. See you, Danny. Danny. Thank you, Kak Marcelinus and Kak Bobby. Oke. Kak Shafira udah gone ya? Lupa.
She's gone. Hey, come back.
Yeah. Maybe she's beside you. Oke. Halo guys, how are you? I'm so sorry ya, hari ini melepas seperti anak ayam. Oke, but so happy. So happy because alhamdulillah.
Anak ayam dong.
Iya, alhamdulillah by the power ya. By the power. Ini Bobby dan Marcelinus. Oke, sebentar.
Wait.